What's going on today, guys? Lego Man 213 here, bringing you the awaited review of my Mack Model R that I have now customized. This is the same Model R in the previous Mack Model R review. This was the one that I bought as a custom mock set that I purchased the instructions, and then went through and built it, and took months and months and months and months and months to fully build. But the truck is done, completed, and I'm happy with it. So, starting off, number one, I had to go through and repaint the entire truck. Mainly just the black and tan portions. I did go over some of the red, primarily like the cab and some of the fenders portions a little bit. I didn't go crazy. As you can see there is still some of the original, I guess you could call it OEM plastic, but I didn't paint over that because I didn't want to. I did do a little, like, you can kind of see where it stops and where it begins. I didn't go crazy. I painted, let's see what else, the air intake as well, and then I weathered it. I did not paint this because this is actually supposed to be black, and I will show you guys on the truck as well. Went through, I had to paint the tanks and the steps black on both sides. There were some modifications that I had to do personally to the truck. One being the exhaust had to get, it had to be shrunk down in height, but the muffler had to be expanded in length, and I had to shorten the stack itself, and I also had to get rid of the one stack. Along with that, I also had to modify the front bumper. I had to custom make a front bumper, oil field style. One thing that I did mess up on was the battery box. This battery box right here, in real life, is actually supposed to be diamond plate stainless steel, or diamond plate in general, and I just completely forgot to paint that. That is all me, but that is supposed to be diamond plate, not black. Everything else, though, is supposed to be black or red or weathered. I got a little, I'm calling it like a toolbox compartment area. It's the only way I can describe it. From what I remember seeing the truck, it was pretty much like a small toolbox area. Nothing too crazy. The headache rack is basically all Technic except for a few plates, and all they are is just the stud is actually put in the hole here, and that's how they connect. Everything else is the Technic pins and Technic bricks that encapsulate the entire headache rack. And then I included a winch, nothing too fancy. I did airlines, so those are actual, so the red and the blue ones are actual wires, and then the green one was another red one that I ended up painting green. I actually dipped it in the bottle of paint that I had to fully get every inch of it painted in green, because when I just hand painted it, I would only get the outer portion. Taking a look at the deck plate here, this is it's tiles, and I wanted to, tiles, plates, whatever you want to call it, I wanted to give it that textured look, so I left the studs facing up. In real life, the deck plate is textured because you are walking on it, so I wanted that textured look, so I did that. Painted it, dusted it in the, I believe it's burnt umber is the apple barrel paint I used, and it gives it that rusted, weathered look. I did that on the fifth wheel, on the frame rails, I did it on the wheels and tires as well. The biggest issue I had with the wheels and tires was getting everything to just paint properly. I did spin the front wheels around to give them that Dayton look, the wagon wheel, if you call it. So everything else is pretty much, like, nothing else was modified other than, like, the paint, the exhaust, and I had to add in the deck plate and the headache rack, but other than that, that is pretty much it in terms of modifications. Oh, I also did take the rear mud flaps off, but the everything else got painted. I did not paint the inner wheels. I just did the outsides, the outside most wheel. Just one, save time, but two, I didn't necessarily need to. I just wanted to do only had to do the outsides. I also added I sharpied on Mack there to give that look, and then I added a sticker. It's not really a sticker, it's just a piece of paper that I glued on, but it's the actual brand, the company, I guess you could call it, on the side of the truck. That one in particular is off of the square nose bed truck that was there. It was a square nosed R model. But I took a photo of the name of the company and did just a pretty much like that so I could get the whole name. Taking a look, I also did the mud flaps off of the deck plate as well. It's kind of like construction paper. It's a thicker paper, so it's a little more rigid. The truck itself was white for the mud flaps here. I didn't have to paint them. And then the ones right there in front of behind the bumper, but at the front of the hood, those are the same construction paper-esque type stuff. So went through, did all the weathering, as you guys can see. Let me pause the video. I'll spin the truck around so you guys can get more of the left side back view. Alrighty guys, so taking a look at the left side here, you can see I ended up, weathering the left front drive wheel more, because in the actual truck itself has a very rusted left front drive wheel. Same real life, had to do it to the truck. If you're wondering, the mud flaps here are they're actually the same mud flap that was in the back here from the original Mack designer, that all I did was basically spun it around and added it to the front. The fifth wheel still functions. You can see here, where's it at? Right there. So if I wanted to, I could hook a trailer to this, do stuff. I did add a construction light, and all I did was I had 1x1, they're not glued in either. All I had was a 2x1 plate that is orange that I added in there, and then I did the white to give that quote-unquote clear look. Again, I added the red translucent clear. There's two studs there off the side, and then one right there. Again, there's a look at the airlines. I pretty much laid them as accurate as I could to how the truck was laid. And then I added just a set of chains right there. Weathered them just a little bit. I didn't go too crazy. The fuel tanks here, weathered, just gave them some rust along with the door. Now I weathered the door on the driver's side more to give more of a rusty look, because on the truck itself had more of a rusty driver's side door. Now I will also include in the comment section of this video, I will add links from both my channel and my other channel, Brotherhood of Ram, the links to the videos of this truck, so you guys can get a really good look. Plus, in a minute, I'll show you guys actual photos. Opening the door here, both doors do open. It's just the passenger side, it can only open so far, and then it hits the air intake. So that is one downfall. But the interior actually is fairly accurate to the truck, and I ended up knocking the chairs by accident. Whoops. But this gives you guys a good look at the interior. So there is a shifter right here, and then you've got your throttle, your brake, and then there is a clutch pedal. It is right about there. So let me pause the video. I will set the chairs back up. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyways, again, there's the little Mack right there on the side of the hood. Again, there's your logo. Again, doors still function. Everything in the interior functions. I did get the seats back in. That's what they look like. It's not 100% accurate to the truck, but it is what it is. I think that's pretty much it for the truck. Let me just move things around. I'll give you guys a kind of a front view. So there's the front of the truck. Very, very accurate. The nice thing with this truck is, so the designer actually included a visor, a roof visor for the truck. So when you build it, you build the roof visor as well. And the cool thing is the real truck actually has the visor in real life. So that's the truck. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me turn the flash off. So this is the truck in real life. Obviously, you guys saw the photo that is in my room. So this is the truck, again, sitting. This was like one of the first times I went and saw it. The hood does open. Again, this hood does open. You can see there. But the problem is it does hit the front bumper. So I do have to be careful of that. So that is the real truck right there with the hood opened. You can see the decal sticker, whatever you want to call it. There's the Mack, and then the mirrors. There is an antenna right there that is also right here on the truck. Again, let's see. There's just another photo front of the truck. So here's the back. So this gives you guys an idea. The only thing I did not include was the broom right there. But everything else is pretty much like as accurate as I could go. So I'd say I did pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, there's your rusty wheel, rusty everything. There's another front view of the truck, better look. You know, you get the visor and all that, so that's there. Overall, just a really cool truck. Enjoyed it a lot going to see it, so that's why I have that photo right there. That was one of my more favorite photos I took of the truck. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Lego Man 213 out.